Chief fancies Sovereign Spirit for Connor Beasley, who rode a winner on this two-day meeting last year. Native American just waiting out the back. Also Jeff Koons just going in. Hans Andersen is in. And also towards the outside Hans Andersen. You mentioned at this trip a little bit before that the importance of getting into some sort of position. If you remember where the first two were in our previous contest, then over this trip they were pretty well placed from quite an early stage there. There goes Native American, who is one of those that has been a little bit luckier with the gates, as long as he can utilise stall number 1. Reverso goes in. Tawarek, who's got a little bit warm, is another one that's going forward. Sovereign Spirit and My Frankel, who has run on various renewals of this two-day card. My Frankel in for Ricardo Ferreira. And Iradi moves forward. So we are just about all set. Iradi and Reverso rocking and rolling on the inside gates. And starters supervising them, but waiting for them to stand. I think all of them are in, and indeed they are, and away they head. And Native American capitalises on that draw. Sovereign Spirit is also pretty swiftly into stride as they race through the first furlong. From wider out, the red cap of Super Cooled, and also trying to cross over from the wider gate is Salamanca Lad in the white cap. So Salamanca Lad and Iradi in company with Super Cooled are the first three. Native American tracks on the rails. Hans Andersen is posted 4 wide as they head into the turn. Reverso races on the inside of Grande Can's green cap. Sovereign Spirit was heftily restrained and sits no closer than midfield. Then on the inside is My Frankel, who leads just ahead of Jeff Koons. Then behind these, the back 4 include the likes of Wait to Excel. Also Bleak is back in the pack. Tawarek is 1 from the tail, and Genilat Bright is last of all. So meanwhile, down the back straight, they pass the start of the 13.51 tomorrow, and out in the lead, it is in the striped jacket Iradi, who has the advantage. In second place is Salamanca Lad, who poised on the outside, and Hans Andersen, and the pace has definitely steadied. Racing in fourth is Native American, who is just ahead of the red cap of Super Cooled. Reverso's pink jacket is on the running rail with Grande Can wider out. Sovereign Spirit now finds himself quite well back in a steadily run race with My Frankel, who is on the inside. Then Jeff Koons. Behind these, Wait to Excel, one of plenty who's going to lead a little bit of luck from here, as Iradi yet to pick the pace up past the pointer X in the back straight. We're inside the final half mile. Iradi it is who has the lead. From in second place, Salamanca Lad. Hans Andersen round the outside. Native American comes next. Reverso, one of those who's playing poker up the inside, looking for the inside run in company with My Frankel. Sovereign Spirit and Jeff Koons are wider out. It is Hans Andersen who's come through to take the lead. Racing on the inside, Salamanca Lad. Then Grande Can is in third place. Behind those, the black cap of Native American. Down the outside, Sovereign Spirit, Reverso and Jeff Koons. Then My Frankel inside the final 150 yards. Grande Can for a narrow lead. The red cap of Super Cooled down the outside continues to close off. Hans Andersen is still there, but it is Grande Can by 2 lengths on the run to the line. Grande Can from Super Cooled fights out with Native American for the minor honours, close for second and third. A Sovereign Spirit ground on to finish fourth. Reverso was next across the line. Behind those, Hans Andersen, who eventually gave best. Looking back for the likes of My Frankel, those back in a steadily run race had little chance. Genilat Bright and Bleak towards the tail. Grande Can, Mikel Barcelona once again 3 on the spin. A purchase out of the October sales and has done very little wrong since arriving in the kingdom. Managed to place on 3 of the 4 runs, and Grande Can eventually came home to win well. It is a bob of the heads for second. Oh, on the far side, that's just going to favour, I think, Native American ahead of Super Cooled, with in fourth place Sovereign Spirit. Reverso, Hans Andersen, and behind those My Frankel, who was never, indeed the whole back part of the field really had very little chance the way that race panned out. Hans Andersen got to the lead, but that big stride of Grande Can, a little bit short of room was Native American. He'd been a bit unlucky not to be second, because he did lose a little bit of ground switching off the heels of Hans Andersen, gave up second to Super Cooled, but rallied bravely to get back up and pip the same owner's runner. But Grande Can, what a night it has been for Mikel Barcelona. Back-to-back victories in the last 2 legs of the Jockey's Challenge, and then victory on Grande Can in a time of 2:09.76, eventually by 3 1/4 lengths, so pretty decisively. Native American ahead second ahead of Super Cooled. There was a neck in advance of Sovereign Spirit. Reverso and Hans Andersen filled out 5th and 6th places. So runners making their way back towards the paddock, but success there for Grande Can and Mikel Barcelona.